All right, guys. So I promised myself that I was not going to do this video. I was like, I'm not going to do it. Don't do it. My audience won't know who the hell these people are. They won't care. It's not relevant, right? It's not really political. But however, guys, it's a slow news day, right? And also on top of that, I do think that this topic is something that kind of is related, and there's some overlap in regards to the manosphere, the red pill community, and the conservative movement, specifically in regards to social issues and gender roles, really dealing with women, right? And the role of women in our society, right? So I think there's some overlap there, and this topic kind of has something to do with it, as these two guys right here, Walter Weeks and Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast, are getting exposed on the internet as we speak. Now, that's been a huge thing on YouTube, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it all on your timelines, like I have, about these guys being exposed as frauds, right? Frauds, okay? Not practicing what they preach. Now, what do they preach, right? They're supposed to be preaching about how to navigate fitness, finances, and women, right? They're supposed to be talking to young men or men in general about how to navigate those topics, right? That's the whole point of their podcast. They're self-proclaimed alpha males, right? They're self-proclaimed high-value men, okay? They say they're high-value alpha males, right? That's their whole kind of niche. And they're trying to teach young guys, right, young men, how to be like them, right? How to be alpha males. Okay, now these guys have been blowing up, right? They've been blowing up. They've been accumulating subscribers. They have all types of special guests on their podcast, right? Mainly a lot of them, like, men in the manosphere space, and women that's from OnlyFans, right? OnlyFans women, right? A lot of beautiful girls, some not so beautiful, that come on the podcast and talk, right? And it's super entertaining. Now, I don't particularly watch it a lot, because I picked up early on that these guys are not more mature than me. They don't know more about finances, fitness, or women really than I do. And I don't claim to know much about women at all, to be quite honest with you. But I don't think these guys could really add value to my life more so than somebody like, I don't know, Kevin Samuels or Jordan Peterson, right? I prefer to listen to those guys. Some guys are a little bit older that I think have a little bit more gray in their beard, right? Just as much gray in their beard as I have in my hair, right? That you guys can't see. But, yes. So, as you can see, these guys are pictured with Tim Pool, right? Which is just a testament to how fast they were blowing up, right? They had got up to 450,000 subscribers or something like that. And then once they got exposed as frauds, they've lost like, 50,000 subscribers. All the way down to they're at 390 something now, right? This is an amazing Lucas kind of disaster that happened to their channel. Now, again, the reason I want to talk about this is because for all the reactions that I'm seeing, there's a perspective that is missing that I'm going to add, that I think really is kind of the same thing we talked about when it comes to OnlyFans girls, and how when it comes to content creation, when it comes to this type of space, success is temporary, man. Right? And it's so important that when you are being successful, because you don't know when it's going to end, you don't know when your source of income will be cut off, that you spend your money wisely, right? And these are guys that are supposedly trying to help navigate guys through finances, but it doesn't seem like they're really living up to that either. But I'm going to get into that later. But first, I do want to give you guys a little bit of background in terms of what's going on and why they're being exposed. So it all started kind of when they were talking to these two guys. Now, these two guys are Abba and Preach, right? These are two pretty popular YouTubers. They have over 1 million subscribers, and they went on Fresh and Fit's podcast. Now, when they was on the podcast, they were talking about this idea of paying for box, right? Which basically means paying for sex. And they kind of got in this back and forth about, should men pay for sex, right? And for whatever reason, Abba and Preach did a video responding to the whole paying for sex thing, right? In which they're basically calling out the Fresh and Fit hosts, right? Walter Weeks and Myron Gaines, on how they say that men shouldn't pay for sex, and that, men that pay for sex are lame, and that real N-words don't pay for sex, right? Basically calling out people who pay for sex when it looks like they're paying for box, right? They're paying for box. Okay, they're paying for box themselves. So they I've Been Preached basically called him out about that. And then that's kind of where things really went downhill for Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit got mad and they went at I've Been Preached. And guys, just a trigger warning before I play this video, there's a lot of use of strong language, right? A lot of cursing, a lot of use of the N-word, a lot of use of language that's not usually used on this channel, right? So I'm just giving you a trigger warning. It's too much for me to edit out, right? It's too much for me to edit out. So, hey, if you're not used to hearing that type of language, you don't want to hear it, that's your warning. So I'm just going to play the video from here and then go from there.
Want to know our thoughts? I'm going to keep it really brief, right? I don't have much thoughts on their platform. Are they doing some good things for some people? I'm sure. I have no doubt. I'm not even denigrating that. We just came at them for their ideas with regards to paying for box and all this stuff. Thought it was full of shit.
I'm like, yo, real ass niggas don't pay for box.
Even more, what I find really distasteful is you come to find out that Myron Gaines himself, right, the so-called pickup artist, the master, has his own seeking arrangements account, his own profile, all right? This is on the web. You can find it. This man's out here talking about don't pay for box, don't pay for box. He's on a website for sugar daddies and sugar.
All right. So as you can see here immediately, this is where the hypocrisy comes in, okay? Because, you know, those guys are talking about, you know, oh, we don't pay for box, we don't pay for this, we don't pay for that. You know, we're pickup artists, right? We're pickup artists. We can just talk a girl into her pants. And I want to say this. First of all, isn't it a waste of time that people are spending their time talking about paying for sex? Right? Isn't that a waste of time? Okay? Like, what a waste of time, okay? You're supposed to be helping men navigate life through topics that actually matter, which, again, why I don't really watch it that much, because it doesn't really matter. But, again, the problem is that their whole game, right, their whole thing, their whole brand is that we are pickup artists, right? We know how to pick up women without having to pay for them, right? We have game. That's what they market themselves as. So one of the hosts, Myron Gaines, having a seeking arrangements account, which is basically, again, a sugar daddy, sugar baby website, which, again, is paying for box, right? Is very hypocritical, right? Very hypocritical. Because, again, you're not practicing what you preach. You're telling these people that you're supposed to be guiding, that you don't pay for it, that we don't pay for it, we don't pay for it, but you're obviously paying for it. You also do it in a way that's pretty corny, right? Basically, you know, talking about how only 4% of the male population is over 6'2", less than 3% of males make over 300K, only 5% of men are in shape with abs. You lucked out. I have all three in one package. So, yeah, I mean, these guys are kind of really feeling themselves, okay? They're kind of really feeling themselves. And this is what happens when you make a lot of money fast and you blow up really, really quickly. And I'm going to get more into that later, but I just want you guys to really understand the background here.
Sugar babies. Okay. All right. You want to be a giant hypocrite? Do your thing. Okay. Then you come to find out this man's talking about, listen, we want burning desire from ladies. Ain't that what they say? Right? You want to get their best. So you got to earn it. Come to find out, this man's telling girls in the DMs that if they want to come on the platform, they have to fuck. And if they don't, he gets upset about it and he gets all.
Now, again, this is really, really, really where, again, it gets kind of messed up, right? And it's going to get even more messed up. So apparently one of the guys, again, Myron Gaines, the Arab looking dude, right? There's DMs out here in which he's basically telling girls that, hey, in order for you to come on my show, you have to have sex with me, right? You have to have sex with me. Again, these are the same dudes saying, well, we don't pay, okay? But yet you are DMing girls telling them that in order for them to get on your podcast, they have to sleep with you. It's kind of disgusting, right? I mean, it really kind of is, okay? It's really disgusting and it's very hypocritical. And he gets mad at these women if they don't want to participate, right? Again, this is, again, the same guy that's supposed to be a so-called pickup artist, right? He's supposed to be able to just talk girls to sleep, right? That's what he says, right? And in my opinion, you know, basically exchanging a seat on your podcast for, you know, a woman to sleep with you, that to me is kind of like paying, right? Because that seat is worth something, right? Instead of having some bimbo from OnlyFans come on your show, right, in exchange for you sleeping with her, you can actually bring a woman up there with some actual real insight, a real, maybe a married woman, okay, a woman that has some actual, again, real insights on relationships. Maybe you could bring her up there and add more value to your podcast in terms of information. So essentially, in my opinion, the same people that say, well, we don't pay, you are essentially paying, because what you're doing is that you are putting women in that seat that are less valuable in terms of knowledge for your audience, right? Which means it's probably less money that you're going to make over time, because again, people come there for the knowledge. Now, some people come to look, obviously, but you can have enough, eye candy on the show, right? But again, what I'm saying is that seat could have went to somebody with more knowledge, right? That could have actually added value to the show outside of looking good. Furthermore, the ideal woman should not be some girl on OnlyFans, right? It shouldn't be some girl selling her body on OnlyFans. That might be what men want in the short term, but in the long term, probably not, right? Most men probably not going to want somebody that's doing that, that's living that type of lifestyle. But that's who they have on the show, right? And that's who they're marketing towards the audience of young men, as if, these are the ideal women, when they're not, right? They're not. Okay, so again, I got questions about how much value are these women actually adding outside of their looks, because they're for sale, right? The average person watching this show is not going to be able to afford to be with one of those women, because again, they're for sale, right? They're for sale. Okay. And outside of their bodies, they have nothing more to add to a man. Okay. So I got some real questions about that, but I get why they do it from a business perspective, because it's entertainment at the end of the day, right? It's entertainment. I get it. Everybody loves eye candy, but that's where their value stops. And I think that, Myron essentially saying, hey, I'm going to require girls to sleep with me for them to get on the podcast. I think, again, you're paying for box, right? Because you're giving up the opportunity to have real women, real average women, real women that men are going to meet out in the real world on your podcast to help men get a better understanding, in exchange for women that are not real, right? Women that are not going to be available to the average man. And guys, I mean, listen, my opinion on this, the whole pickup artist thing and, paying for women and all that stuff, I look at it like this. It's all a hustle, right? It really is. I'm not one of these people that believes in the concept of game, okay? I've been to enough college parties, right? I've lived enough of life. I've been in enough relationships to know. Again, and I don't really claim to know that much about women, but I will say this. A girl is either attracted to you or she's not, right? If she's not attracted to you, I don't care what you say to her. You ain't talking your way into a relationship, whether it's short term or long term, if she's not attracted to you or if she doesn't like your personality, right? The whole concept of game to me is acting fake solely for the purpose of trying to get with a woman short term. And I can tell you, when it comes to short term, one night stands, again, all that is attractiveness, right? What counts as game is your ability not to talk yourself out of the box, okay? That's game. It ain't the ability to talk yourself into it, because I don't believe that's actually possible. I truly do believe when women look at you, they already know in their head, whether or not, they would sleep with you, okay? I mean, I can't tell you how many times in college, women come up to me and say, hey, your friend, he's hot, blah, 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 blah. They never said that to me, unfortunately, right? But they always say to my friends, he's hot, okay? And all he had to do was just talk to her and not say anything stupid, and he was good to go, right? I've seen it too many times, but I've never seen a dude that a girl was not attracted to all of a sudden change her mind or decide that, she wants to sleep with this person because he strung together some magic words, right, in a sentence to, get her to do what he wants like that. I've never seen that before. I've never seen it. Most of the time when that happens, that person is a creep, right? A creepy person is the way that the woman thinks about that person, right? And now if she's attracted to you, then it's not creepy. It's game, right? If she's not attracted to you, then it's creepy. That's kind of how it works. But I don't claim to be an expert. The whole idea of being a pickup artist or whatever, these guys obviously can't tell people that, they pay for box. Otherwise, what's the point of buying their, $700 to $800 courses on how to pick up women using game, right? And if all they do is pay, then they can't sell their courses, right? That's how they make money, Right now, listen, I'm just pointing out the financial incentive here. That's all I'm doing. Okay, I'm not saying that courses aren't good. I've never bought one of those courses, so I don't know if it's good or not. Okay, but I'm just saying that's what the incentive is. And I don't knock anybody's hustle, right? I don't knock entrepreneurs for trying to get their paper, trying to get their money. I get it. I'm simply just pointing out this is the financial incentive. So obviously they can't come out here and say they pay, even though they actually do pay. And I think that's, again, what a lot of hypocrisy comes in, along with the fact that they are treating women like this who want to come on their show, right? But it gets worse.
All pissy. Oh, you fucked all my other boys. You won't fuck me, then you can't get on the platform. So wait, you want to bang a girl who just wants to come on the platform for clout? And you think that's burning desire? And again, guys, I don't even care that he goes about that way to bang girls. Do whatever you want. You earned your platform. Go ahead. Me, it's the hypocrisy of these ideas. You preach to these men that they have to always seek this thing, that this is the way to live, that this is the best way, but you don't even walk the talk. That's what I find distasteful. It's like a Derek Jackson talking about be faithful to your wife, don't pay for box. Come to find out this man's cheating on everyone. How are you any different? Can you tell me? Now everyone's gonna get up, well, you know, we're attacking people in the manosphere. I don't care about the manosphere. I don't care about none of this. Move with integrity in life. That's it. I'm not here about some scene. Oh, you can't go on this podcast. I don't care. At the end of the day, the truth remains the truth. When I came into the game, when I was listening to Patrice, we didn't call it red pill. We just called it the truth. These niggas is fronting on some points. That doesn't mean they're not helpful to you. Maybe if you're one of their fans, right? Maybe they help you with finances, fitness. Maybe even they helped you with game. I don't know.
No, they don't help with finances or fitness. And I'm going to get into the finance thing a little bit later. But
all we talked about were these ideas and how they were hypocritical.
Now, I'm going to fast forward to this part right here, right? And this part right here is where it really kind of goes off the rails and where these guys really kind of destroy their podcast and their business. Okay, because again, these guys who claim to be, you know, alpha males, right? High value men, they lose their cool and they get real emotional and they say some things that is really, really, really going to rub a lot of men the wrong way, especially married men.
Our channel's better than yours. Facts. We get more views than you. We've been on less than you. We work harder than y'all niggas. We cut our hair more than you niggas. Like, yo, if y'all want to like Ross,
we get more girls than y'all niggas.
So, listen, this sounds like high school, right? Oh, we get more girls than you. We get more girls than you, right? Like, when is the last time you ever heard somebody bragging about how many girls they get? Okay, and also on top of that, does sleeping with, you know, X amount of women make you more or less of a man, right? Are you not a man if you choose to just be with one woman, right, for the rest of your life? You know, meet your high school sweetheart. You have, you know, 2 kids, a dog, and a white picket fence. You have a nice house in suburbia. Does that not make you a high value man, right? Obviously, you're high value to somebody, to the people around you. Okay, does that not make you a man because you don't sleep around, right? I mean, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like these guys' definition of what a man is has to do with a lot of materialistic things like money and how many women you sleep with and you know, clout and things like that. That and some of this ideology is a little bit toxic, right? and I think that these guys you know, have been feeling themselves a little bit too much in regards to their own success, which I 100% get. I understand, but that is dangerous. That's a double-edged sword that's going to come back and bite them in the butt. And the funny part about that is that this guy right here, Myron, currently looks like he may have gotten OnlyFans girl pregnant, right? May have got her pregnant, okay? And allegedly begged her for an abortion, right? Begged her for an abortion, okay? Because he was being reckless, right? So how many quote-unquote high-value men are out here with baby mamas, right? I mean, I'm just saying, again, I try to take, it's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game, okay? And these guys, again, I'm telling you, they could be in some deep trouble.
And y'all niggas, free. Like, if y'all really want to do this nigga preaches married, probably to a fucking beluga whale somewhere, and y'all niggas talking shit. And
how old these niggas are?
So now he calls Preacher's wife, this guy right here, a beluga whale, right? So this man's literally talking about the man's wife, which everybody knows is a no-no, right? You cannot talk about a man's wife and expect for people to be happy about that or to be okay with that. People are not going to be okay with that, right? And this is where I think Fresh and Fit really went off the rails, is when they started, you know, really going for low blows like this And I think that this is what turned off a lot of the audience.
40 years old? Yo, old ass niggas too, bro. Like,
Yo,
bruh.
I wasn't gonna do this.
Wait, the hand symbol?
Yo, I was not gonna fucking do this.
The international.
But y'all got me hyped now. Yo, I know you guys are not talking, bro. My man Abba looks like he got off a camel, hasn't cut his hair in years.
Low key, if a white person said that, they'd be called racist. Okay, I mean they would. I'm just saying.
Dusty as fuck.
Yo, bruh.
And this is Sudani roasting on you right now, bro. You Somalian? Yo.
I was like, yo, what anime you came from, bro? Now,
Yo.
nigga looking bummy as hell, bro. And mind you, right? I ain't looking on a nigga, because obviously, I'm saying that's his style. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
We're better than you niggas. We make more money than you niggas. We got a better fucking channel than y'all niggas. We get more views than y'all niggas. The only thing you guys got on us is you guys been on longer. But I guarantee you, next year, this time, we're gonna lap you motherfuckers. Because you know what?
Facts.
Nobody works harder than us.
Nope.
Period.
We make more money.
And that
Yeah. So that prediction is probably not gonna come true, right? That prediction is not gonna come true because since that segment, they've lost like 50, 60,000 subs. Again, so a very, 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 very tragic situation for their channel. And the main reason I really wanted to talk about this, guys, is because of the implications of that, right? What I was trying to tell you about how, you know, when you're in this content creation game, when you're on YouTube, you know, when you're in the entertainment business, a lot of your success is temporary. Your money is temporary, right? And these are the same guys that had Kevin Samuels on the show with the OnlyFans models and telling the OnlyFans models the same thing. Hey, your success is temporary, right? What you're doing is temporary. OnlyFans is going to change. You're not going to be able to make money off your body in the long term forever, right? Just like these guys were not going to be able to make money doing this for, you know, a really long time. But they were going to be able to make a lot of money, right, in a very short amount of time. And when you do that, it's important that you be financially responsible. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this, again, I'm not trying to pocket watch, right? But these guys are supposed to be trying to teach men how to navigate finances. And not only have they been hypocritical about the whole, like, how they get women thing, they also have been hypocritical about spending money, right? And being responsible with money. Because this guy, Walter Weeks, his whole Instagram is filled up with him flexing, buying expensive cars, jewelry, you know, a bunch of things that are not a good example in terms of what people should be doing with their money, right? This guy is buying a $30,000 Rolex in cash, $30,000, right? And keep in mind, these guys aren't making that much money. Again, I'm not trying to pocket watch, but, you know, you can generally see how much money a channel makes, like an estimate. It's not always accurate, right? But you can see that it's on the internet, right? And the thing is that by the time you pay taxes on that money, right, and you pay your crew, because Fresh and Fit, their podcast, again, is very well produced, right? So you got to pay your producers, right? So by the time you pay your producers, you finish paying all those women to come on your podcast, right? And then you split the money between yourself. You don't have that much money left, right? And their podcast just started blowing up. It just started getting the amount of views that it's getting now. They just started. So they just all of a sudden started making a significant amount of money, because it's not really even significant in the grand scheme of things. But this is what they're doing with that money, right? This is what they're showing people what to do when you get money, right? This dude bought a $200,000 car, Lamborghini, okay? Before this, he was driving like a Range Rover. Again, so, and they're out here buying expensive bags, you know, jewelry, you know, really setting an example that is not good for young people and young men in terms of how to navigate finances, right? Basically, what he's showing people is that when you get a lot of money, you should just splurge it on, you know, depreciating assets and things that are not going to return value to you. And that's not what people with money do, right? And that's, again, this is a perspective that has not been brought up and I haven't heard in response to this whole situation. Everybody's talking about the whole paying for box thing. You know, I already went over that. I spent a lot of time on it, but ultimately I think it's irrelevant. I think what's more relevant is the fact that, you know, these guys was in a place where they were about to make a whole lot of money, and then they started spending that money like crazy. As you can see, they're spending the money, right? And now their podcast is in a place where it is declining, right? Their YouTube channel is declining. So that means that they're going to be making significantly less money. So all that money that they probably earned, which was probably a ton, right? Relatively to how much, you know, money you can earn in a month or whatever, that money, instead of investing that money, which they might have invested some of it, I don't know, but they're not flexing their investments. But that money, again, could have been invested in real estate, stocks, could have bought a business. It could have been invested in a place that was going to help insulate them from if something happened to their podcast where they're not going to be making as much money as they were making in the past, right? But they didn't prepare for that. Okay, and obviously they didn't prepare for it because, again, look at what they're out here buying, right? Look at the lifestyle they're trying to sell, right? They're trying to sell a lifestyle of money, cars, clothes, jewelry, and women. Again, all expensive commodities. Again, you've bought this, right? You have to buy this, okay? This all costs money, okay? And again, it's great to have this lifestyle in Miami and to be living this way. That's awesome. And again, I'm not trying to count their pockets, but I'm just saying this is not a good example of financial responsibility, because I know for a fact these people just started making a significant amount of money, right, off YouTube or whatever. And this is the first thing that you do with that money. The first thing you do is you go splurge it trying to flex and run around in Miami. And that's how so many people in the black community go broke. And that's my biggest problem, because they have terrible, piss poor examples of what to do with your money. Right? We see it all the time in rap videos. These rappers, they get a whole bunch of money, right? Athletes too. They spend it on women, cars, clothes, jewelry. Again, things that are not going to give them a long-term, a positive return on investment in the long term. They don't do that, right? They spend it on things that are going to depreciate, and then they end up broke. But unlike, rappers and stuff, I mean, these guys, their, again, brand essentially has been ruined. It's been ruined. So that means that it's very likely that, if they can't recover, right? Which, again, it's hard. It seems hard. Once your channel starts to decline like that, right? Your viewership starts to decline. People disliking all your videos. Again, I've seen it happen personally. It's hard to recover, right? It's hard to recover. But, I mean, they might be able to. I'm just saying, it's sad to me to see not only, their podcasts get destroyed, right, from being exposed, but also on top of that, knowing that the money that you did have, right, you went and you spent it on dumb things. You didn't save that money and invest the money, which, again, they could have invested some of it, but I'm just saying that's not what they're flexing, right? It looks like you didn't really save as much money as you could to try to invest in something that will help you just in case something like this happens. But yet they was trying to tell OnlyFans girls that they need to be prepared for that. Okay? So, that's a perspective that a lot of people are missing, right? When it comes to this whole thing, right? Again, they're too busy talking about the box thing. But for me, I kind of was already worried about these guys when I started to see what they were doing, right, with their money and how they were spending their money. And I knew, I was like, okay, these guys are going to go broke, right? That's not sustainable. They think that their money will never run out, right? But yet they're trying to teach other people about finances and being responsible with money when that's not how you do it, okay? People with real money, right? We're talking about $5 million in assets, $10 million up, right? High net worth, ultra high net worth, right? Which is what we define in the financial service industry. They don't spend money on stuff like that. They don't buy, Lamborghinis and a bunch of expensive jewelry and stuff like that. Now, some of them might, but most of them, for the most part, most of their money is in businesses. Most of their money is in assets that are going to appreciate and give a positive return on investment, right? Now, do some of them probably pay for women? Sure, they pay for women. But it's not one of those things where they're out here flexing that or putting that out in front of the world to see, okay? Or even trying to make, living this lifestyle of, being with a lot of women a thing, right? That's not what they're doing. In my opinion, the hypocrisy is not just about how they get women. The hypocrisy is kind of, about their whole lifestyle in general and what they claim they're trying to teach young men. So I just want to point it out. I know it's not the typical political topic. I know it's something different. I know that you guys, if you made it through to the end, hey, I really appreciate it. I know it's not a regular topic, but it's something that I did really want to touch on, something I've been thinking about a lot. And I think it's a perspective that has been missing in this whole response to them. But, hey, listen, here's the thing, man. I hope that they recover, right? Even though they're fake, I hope that they see the error in their ways. I hope that they can recover. I hope that, they can, get back on track and provide value to young people, right? Because obviously people watching them for a reason. They've got a formula figured out. If they can give out the right information, they can put out the right message, they can do some good things. But, you know, sometimes you really got to, you know, be humble in your success. You got to stay humble, okay? But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.